Hello, future toppers. Welcome to Streak Initiative of Civils Daily to ensure consistency in your day-to-day preparation. My name is Santosh Gupta, and I am back with the most probable questions for prelims of science and technology. Due to recognizing the knack for the questions that UPSC might ask, I was able to score 120 plus in all my attempts and up to 145 twice. So please watch carefully all the questions that we discuss. And if you have not joined the Streak initiative yet, please go to the description box and join it. And also not forget to join the Telegram group. So without much ado, let's start. First question is on the AI. Consider the following statement regarding global partnership on artificial intelligence. You know that these days there is a misuse of artificial intelligence because of their ability to manipulate the systems, or they have very high calculation power. AI are used to manipulate even in social media human being opinion about the government or about the party. So there was a alliance, there was a partnership on this to create a responsible and human-centric development and use of artificial intelligence, so that it is not misused against the human being. So that's why first statement will be true. India is one of the founding members of GPAI. That is also true because India is one of the 15 members countries that have set up this global partnership now SIP on artificial intelligence. GPI initiative was conceived by Germany and France during their G7 present. Yes, it was conceived then during G7, but not by the Germany and France, but by France and Canada. So statement 3 will not be true here, and so here your answer will be 1 and 2. So let's get more idea about the AI and its opportunity, its significance. So how it works? It is just like a human being, but it is artificial of near. It can think. It can even think beyond the capacity of human being, and it can solve the complex problem. It can even understand the language. And recently, in Guardian, AI was able to write even an op-ed. It can learn from the previous experiences. So to train the system, now companies are using, large tech companies are using the machine learning, where you give certain set of data and it predicts a certain set of data. On it links the two sets of data and learn the algorithm, learn the science, learn the art behind them. So it is becoming more and more useful to the human being. Being it is business intelligence, healthcare, and patients care, computer vision, speech recognition. You have Google speech, aerospace and defense. There will be a time when there will be AI powered robots who will be take care of patients. So they are AI powered cars, Google cars. Facebook uses this AI to scan your photos with friends and others. So we have now Siri and Alexa based on the AI. But what is the problem with AI is that they are yet to pass the Turing test. It was designed by the scientist Alan Turing 1950, that any AI which will be as good as human being will have to pass a Turing test. So basically, what is Turing test? It is say for a user, if he is unable to distinguish between a human being and an AI, then only that AI has passed the Turing test. But no AI has till now able to pass the Turing test. So it has not become as good as human being. Even now, some of the AI was able to defeat, such as IBM Deep Blue was able to defeat chess champion Garry Kasparov. And even now, aerial drones powered by AI, which can target the specific enemy, specific targets. So this is about the AI, and now even our government is focusing more and more on the use of AI. So our next question is based on that. Which of the following sectors is included in the Niti Aayog National AI Strategy? So we have options: agriculture, MSME, education, mobility, and oil and nature. If you do not know the exact answer here, so probably you will like to eliminate 5, that is oil and natural gas. So you are left with 1 and 4. So in this statement, you might be able to exclude. See, agriculture, we have already AI being used for the drones and other things for precision agriculture. Education, already we have seen lots of AI for the teaching in the time of corona. In mobility, just discuss the Google car. So 1, 3 and 4 has to have there. So you would select between A and D as your correct answer. You will exclude MSME. Though Niti Aayog should also been focusing on MSME using AI, but it is not there. But it could be a game changer in future when MSME are able to use, when AI is more affordable to build, then MSME probably will be able to use it for their benefit. So 1, 3 and 4, that is D will be your answer. So here the C, further government, it has been sought 7,500 crore and 3 years to research high level adoption of technology in those areas like education, health, agriculture, urbanization and mobility. And Niti Aayog wants to set up 5 state of art research centers and 20 adoption centers across India in various campuses of educational institutes, and it can potentially add up to 1 trillion into India's GDP by 2035, and it could have very high annual growth and very high employment provider in the economy. So right now, when the economy is down and say employment level is low, AI can be a game changer because we have seen AI much in use in all walks of life. So moving on to the next question, again is on a technology chain, that is consider the following statement regarding EVIN. It is talking about the electronic vaccine intelligence network. So first option, it digitized COVID vaccination supply chain. So you have COVID production from a company such as Bharat Biotech or Serum Institute of India. Then it goes for testing to in Himachal Pradesh, in Kasauli at the vaccine test lab. After that, it gets to the major hospitals and government supply chain through the through planes and to the government hospital. So all this chain has to be monitored, and each vaccine has to be recorded where it is going and how much it is being consumed. So for this purpose, government has committed this EVIN. Like COVIN is for public use for the vaccine delivery actually, but for this supply chain manual, right from production to up to vaccine uh, uh, vaccine giving centers, you have this EVIN network which monitors. Both state government and private companies can place their orders directly for the vaccines through this portal. So this will not be true. This is not to give orders for the vaccines. Government and private company directly give orders to the companies, those who are producing, like Bharat Biotech or Serum Institute of India in case of Covishield. So 2 will not be true, only 1 is true here. We have already seen lots of computer platforms like Arogya Setu, CoWIN, EVIN, or even COVID Suraksha Mission. They are being used to augment our response to the COVID pandemic in India by the government. Again, question is on the international organization, famous organization that has been so much in the news in recent time due to its involvement in the vaccination. So let's read the statement. Consider the following statement about the Global Alliance for Vaccines and Immunizations, that is Gavi in short form. So it is a WHO-led alliance of public health organization of UN members. So it says that WHO-led alliance of public health organization. So this will not be true because Gavi is a alliance of both public health and private and NGO organizations. Though it is led by the WHO, but it is more and more driven by the organizations such as Bill and Melinda Gates and other private and NGO organizations. So first will not be true. The objective is to ensure immunization for all. WHO policy also is to ensure immunization for all, and in alliance with the Gavi, it wants to ensure immunization for all, and not all just for the COVID, but immunization for all kinds of diseases. Earlier it worked on the polio, then influenza, then this COVID-19 and other diseases that is going on in the world. So 2 will be true here and 1 will not be true. So let's see more about this. See, you can see one side you have governmental or international governmental or organization, UNICEF, WHO, then countries, civil society organization, vaccine manufacturers, private sector partners, research agencies, donor country also, World Bank is there also to finance, then Bill and Melinda Gates. So, and it has set up a facility called COVAX, which has now delivered up to 40 million doses to the 100 plus countries. It is specifically focused on the low income countries which could not buy the vaccine, who could not secure the vaccine, and which could not develop their vaccine on of on. So it initially promised at least 20% of the population will be covered through the COVAX facility. It even considered the Covishield vaccine that is produced by in India by the Serum Institute. So it has all 4 types of 12 vaccines, for the DNA based, such as Covishield, mRNA based, such as this Pfizer vaccine, viral vector, and protein based vaccines. So all these vaccines will be procured together at a low cost and supplied to up to 92 in lower income countries and other middle income countries. So that is affordable to those who have not producing their own, and those who do not compete in the international market, because the countries of West and Europe, America, they have all the money and they can buy from the market itself. But lower income countries like Bangladesh, Nepal, African countries, they could not buy directly from the market, could not secure. So for them, this Gavi has come with this COVAX facility and try to ensure that 20% of their population to be accessed. So up to 2 billion doses will be given. So that is planned for now, and later on it will be increased to cover all the population. So moving on to the next question, that last question on supercomputer. Which of the following given statement are true about India's supercomputer Param Siddhi? We know that India has been trying to develop in since 1980s their own set of supercomputers, which are not only fastest but very useful to our national development agenda. So about the Param Siddhi, it is ranked in top 100 among the 500 most powerful non-distributed computer system in the world. So this is true because it comes under in the 63rd rank among the most 500 powerful. We are yet to reach even top 10 or top 20 or top 50 of the most powerful computer system that is non-distributed, means their parts are located at the same place. So it has been developed under the National Supercomputing Mission. This is true. India government launched a National Supercomputing Mission to ensure that high powered, very fast supercomputers to be developed to used in the national development agenda. It is the fastest supercomputer of India till now. This is also true. So all of them will be true. It is lie in the 63rd rank. It is developed under the National Supercomputing Mission, and also it is the fastest of India till now. And let's get more idea about the India's Param Siddhi, that is the most powerful AI. So it is the most powerful non-distributed system jointly developed by Department of Science and Technology and Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, and there is a C-DOT Center for Distributed Technology. Then under National Supercomputing Mission, this mission has been going on very well, and it has developed some of the fastest supercomputer in India. And most importantly, it will strengthen research in like advanced material which are not normally available. Those materials which can be very useful in extremely cold, such as Siachen, or extremely warm environment, or in the space, because India has now a space program going into the manned mission in the space. Computational chemistry, those kind of computation which requires to be developed a vaccine or drugs to predictive medicine, astrophysics, the preventive healthcare system, and flood forecasting for metro. So you need lots and lots of billions of points of data that to generate a report on floods and droughts and like weather. So in these all the area you have supercomputer which can give advanced warning, generate advanced warning system, and also it will generate helpful in very much in COVID fight against COVID-19, and also it will support the startups and MSME. We just discussed that supercomputer will be very helpful in development of AI. It is basically the AI supercomputer. So that will help even in startups and MSME and war against the disease, developing further medicines and vaccines. So that was all for today. Thank you for watching the video. You have not subscribed the Telegram channel, you just join it. And if you want to talk to a mentor from Civics Daily, please fill the sum in my phone. Any senior mentor will get in touch with you and will help you to guide in your further in your preparation. Thank you.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update from Civics Daily.